if your pineal gland is not calcified, all the things you think of, telekinesis, transportation, anything you can think of, you can do. And that's why the elite have to make sure that all these foods are basically damaging our pineal gland. They don't want supermen. They don't want people with super ability. They want to keep us dumb. And you know, I gotta tell you something. Do you really think these people would be in positions of power if we had our pineal glands working at 100%? They couldn't control us. They use low frequency music. They fucking make people fuck whore. It's all garbage.
From the stuff I researched, apparently fasting is the #1 thing you can do for your conscious brain. The next one was getting sun.
Close your eyes and look at the sun while you're in water. That helps.
Yo, look at that. Look at everybody in the highway right now. I don't know, bro. Ni idea. A mí no se mueve de ahí.
¿Será verdad?
No, a mí no se mueve de ahí.
¿Será verdad?
No,
What the fuck am I in? There's another one coming up.
It's all not just like fireworks.
No, they're not fireworks, so no, they don't be shooting. Not fireworks, they ain't airplanes. Oh, bloody batteries on them. You're not coming. Oh, the bloody batteries can go.
See the lights in there?
I'm done with this stupid.
These are the real UFOs discovered underwater scientists cannot explain. UFO to USO. Darren McCloss, an explorer who took deep diving following maps that had been put together by his friend and former astronaut Gordon Cooper. The map Darrell was using was initially made to help identify more than 100 magnetic anomalies in the sea. During one dive at a location within the Bermuda Triangle, he thought he was going to find an ancient shipwreck, but instead found something that continues to stump researchers and Darrell himself to this day. He came across a very strange structure that wasn't like anything he had seen before. This structure had long obtrusions which stuck out from the sides, and the whole thing was covered in coral. So whatever this thing is, it has been down there for hundreds, if not thousands of years. Darrell has said there's identical formations in 3 different areas, and they don't look like nature-made. They don't look man-made. Certainly nothing I've ever seen based on my experience, and I have years of experience at doing this. We've identified multiple different types of shipwreck material. This doesn't match or look anything like that. People have started speculating that this structure may just be the remains of a crashed UFO. This incident took place on October 4th, 1967, when an unknown object crashed into the water near Shag Harbor, which is a tiny town in Nova Scotia. There were at least 11 people who witnessed this object as it crashed, and many people claimed to have heard a whistling sound, followed by a loud bang when the crash took place. 2 witnesses that really get me are a flight pilot and a ship captain. On Air Canada Flight 305, First Officer Robert Ralph pointed out to Captain Pierre Chambonneau that there was something strange out on the left side of the aircraft. They reported an object tracking along on a parallel course a few miles away and described it as a brilliantly lit rectangular object with a string of smaller lights trailing the object. Shortly after they first noticed it, there was a large but silent explosion near the unknown object, and then 2 minutes later, there was a second explosion, but this one faded to a blue cloud. As for the ship captain, Captain Leo Howard Mercy saw 4 blips on his Deca radar that were totally stationary. This led him to looking up to the sky, and this is when he saw 4 bright objects sitting in a rectangular formation about 28 kilometers from the vessel's window. He wasn't the only one who saw it on board. The entire crew of nearly 20 fishermen stood on deck and watched. Next, we delve into the depths of the Gulf of Combat in India. In 2001, an astonishing discovery was made here by marine scientists using sonar technology. At a depth of over 120 feet, they detected what appeared to be massive man-made stone structures spread over a vast area. These submerged ruins are believed to be over 9,000 years old, predating the oldest known civilizations like Mesopotamia and ancient Egypt. The site includes evidence of what could be large urban settlements, complete with roads, buildings, and possibly even human remains. This discovery potentially pushes back the timeline of our understanding of urban civilization development. The most intriguing question is, how did these structures, presumably part of a thriving ancient civilization, end up deep underwater? Various theories have been proposed. Some suggest that cataclysmic geological events, like rising sea levels at the end of the last ice age, could have submerged these areas. Others speculate about tectonic activities like earthquakes, which might have caused large land masses to sink beneath the ocean. In 2001, an astonishing discovery was made in the depths of the Caribbean off the coast of Cuba. A team led by marine engineer Paulina Zalitsky, using advanced sonar equipment, stumbled upon something extraordinary. At depths of over 2,000 feet, they detected symmetrical and geometric stone structures that appeared to be too methodical to be formed by nature alone. These structures, resembling an urban complex, sparked immediate interest. Some of the features included what seemed like pyramids, roads, and buildings, closely resembling ancient Mesopotamian ziggurats. The potential implications of this find were staggering, leading some to speculate that these could be the remnants of a prehistoric civilization, possibly dating back to a time when the sea level was significantly lower. The discovery raised numerous questions. How could such a complex be built in such deep waters? Could this be the site of a previously unknown ancient civilization, or is there another explanation for these structures? However, further explanation and research have been hampered by various factors. The depth and location of the site makes it challenging and costly to explore. The lack of subsequent findings and the difficulty in accessing the site, they suggest that these formations might be natural limestone structures known to form in the deep sea over thousands of years. Despite the skepticism, though, the mystery of the Cuban underwater structures remains unsolved, with limited research and exploration conducted since the initial discovery. Lake Baikal in Siberia isn't just known for being the deepest and one of the oldest lakes in the world, it's also shrouded in mysteries that go beyond its natural beauty. This lake has become a focal point for UFO researchers due to numerous reports of unusual activities beneath its icy waters. Russian Navy divers have reported encounters with submerged objects, moving at speeds impossible for current human-made underwater vehicles. These sightings describe objects that suddenly appear and maneuver through the water with astonishing agility, leaving even the most experienced divers in awe. What's even more captivating are the accounts of divers encountering underwater creatures in Lake Baikal, described as humanoid figures in silvery suits. These beings are said to be about 3 meters tall and without any visible scuba or diving equipment. These encounters, often dismissed as cold water-induced hallucinations, still lack a satisfactory explanation. Discovered in 2011 by a team of Swedish treasure hunters, this peculiar formation rests 300 feet beneath the chilly waves of the Baltic Sea. It's not just an ordinary underwater feature, it stands out with its enormous size, measuring about 60 feet in diameter. What's more fascinating is its structure. The anomaly boasts a series of pathways and what appear to be stair-like structures, all carved into a circular formation. The anomaly's shape and design have led many to draw comparisons to something out of science fiction, specifically the Millennium Falcon from the Star Wars saga, with its circular shape, raised center, and patterns that seem unnaturally precise. It's no wonder that fans of the iconic film series find this comparison so compelling. Some experts lean towards a more mundane explanation, of course, suggesting it might be a natural geological formation shaped by glaciers or other natural phenomena over thousands of years. Others speculate it could be the remnants of a shipwreck, an ancient monument, or even part of a World War II era construction. But there are those who believe the answer might be more extraordinary. Could this be evidence of an ancient advanced civilization that once thrived on Earth? Or perhaps, as outlandish as it may seem, could it be a relic from an extraterrestrial visitation?
This is the plane that uses sound to kill. Its only weapon is a sonic boom. Let me explain. In the 1960s, the Soviet Union set out on a mission to construct an aircraft called the M25 Hell Reaper, an aircraft designed to use the power of its sonic boom as a deadly weapon, without the need for traditional munitions. This jet would be like nothing ever made before. It was set to be powered by 4 jet engines, with the bottom of the aircraft having a deployable ledge. When activated, this ledge unleashed a unique shockwave capable of decimating structures, obliterating tanks, and ending lives. If everything went to plan, the aircraft would reach Mach 1.4 and fly as low to the ground as possible to create destruction. But here's the problem. The engines needed for the aircraft didn't exist. They were yet to be made by any military. The jet was so advanced that it came with budget and technological challenges. And luckily, the vision was so expensive that it never made it past the drawing board. Do you think it was a good idea?